friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them, hopefully for a profit. Today is Friday, April 4th. I have 6 items that sold for a gross sales amount of $143.29. This is 2 days worth of sales. It would be great if it was one day. But because it's 2 days, it's not so great of sales, but that's okay. I'm getting them shipped out. This is a vintage. Here's the tag. Check out that tag. It's pretty crazy. This is a vintage blazer. It has kind of like a linen feel, but it's just rayon and polyester. But definitely that like classic navy blue gold button blazer. This is, so this is funny with the comps. The average sale price is $59.86 with a 10% sell-through rate. What I searched was vintage blazer navy blue gold buttons. The thing about averages is they're just averages. So the lowest one sold for $10. The highest one sold for $775. That one was Chanel. Then it dropped to like, I think the 200 range. There was Pendleton, there was Brooks Brothers, there was Ralph Lauren. There was all sorts of like just really high end and some vintage. I mean, actually I had vintage in the title, but anyway, this sold for $22.37. I had it listed for $30. So maybe 28. Anyway, it sold with shipping. They paid a total of $30.59. I paid $2 for it at a church rummage sale 8 months ago. And so that makes my profit $16.82. Not bad. I'll take it. All right, this is Eileen Fisher, which has a pretty high average sale price, but I don't think a very high sell-through rate for most things. This is a white, like denim, lightweight denim jacket. Here's the brand. I think that, I'm not really sure about the Eileen Fisher tags, if it's old or new, but this has like a lot of little, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. There's a lot of stains, and I did stain treat it. So I listed this really low. So a white denim jacket for Eileen Fisher has an average sale price of $31.51 with an 18% sell-through rate. I listed this at $14 and then sent out 20% off offers. So it sold for $11.97. They paid a total of $19.81, and yeah, I have only had Eileen Fisher sell fast if it's flawed, and I list it really, really low. I don't know what it is about that. But that's the only time Eileen Fisher ever sells fast for me. This did not sell fast. I've had it for 7 months, but I did just relist it a couple days ago. So I don't know if that actually does anything. Ugh, my heater. Okay, so I paid $3.75 for it. I did not see all the stains. I think some thrift stores are just like darker than others and you can't really tell. But I was in Pigeon Forge when I bought it on a thrift trip with my husband. And we actually went to Pigeon Forge, was it last year? Was it a year ago? I don't know. It took me a long time to list it. I think because I was stain treating it. I feel like it was 2 years ago. It must have been just last year. Anyway, my profit is $6.04. You know, sometimes mistakes are made. So I had to get those 2 items actually in the mail because they were the ones that sold in the first of the 2 days. And everything else sold yesterday, so it doesn't have to get into the mail immediately. And I've been missing my mailman lately. I don't know, it's like a different person who's coming. I should say mail carrier. This is a belt. It says Grand Canyon. It is like all beaded. It does have a tag on here. It says Fred Harvey, and it is obviously vintage. $4.49 is how much they paid. It is cute. It's pretty cool. It says genuine cowhide, hand something and lace, made in Hong Kong. Hand painted? It's not painted though. Beaded maybe? Hand beaded. That makes more sense. So I am actually going to put this in back in the container that in the bag that I stored it in, just, I don't know, for a little bit of extra protection. I don't normally do that. Oh, it's a terrible noise. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that. I'm going to put my thank you sticker just on there. And then I'm just going to put it in a 8x6x4 box that I get on eBay with my shipping supply coupon for having a eBay store. I was looking for a smaller box than this because this is clearly too big of a box, but I can find one. So this is the smallest box I have. I probably could put it in a poly mailer, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so there wasn't any comp information on this. Mine was the only one that sold. And if I left off Grand Canyon, even like just trying to get like the brand and a beaded, vintage belt like that, there was still only one other listed, and it was actually like a necklace. It wasn't even a belt. So I don't know. Mine sold for $13. Let's see, they paid $18.08 total with shipping. I've had it for 5 months. I bought it for $1 at a local thrift store. So that makes my profit $10.15. This is linen, which has been selling really well for me already. I'm really excited. This is a long like tunic. The brand is Sigrid Olsen. It is 100% linen. I only buy this brand in 100% linen. And the average sale price is $15.68 with an 18% sell-through rate. I listed mine for $25, which is more than the average sale price. But my experience with linen is that I can sell it for that. So it sold for $20. It was an offer someone sent me, but I would have sent that offer as a 20% off offer for, I send out those offers on eBay and Poshmark both. So I was happy to accept that. It took 2 months to sell. I bought it at my favorite thrift store for $1. And my profit is $16.06. Your sisters are in there. Probably just someone walking by. My dog is like, she's like the best dog ever, but she barks at everything. Makes me crazy. She is a boxer.
Can I tell her name?
Yeah, you can tell her name.
Her name is Layla. She's a boxer.
Yep.
And she's so sweet.
She's a boxer. She's so sweet. All right. These are a pair of vintage sweaters. So they're both acrylic. They're both made in the USA. They're both V-neck. I had them listed separately. I bought them at the same time. I had them listed separately for a long time. This tan one actually has a spot on it somewhere. No, that's not it. I had these listed for a really long time, and then you may have heard this story before, but I took a bunch of, every year I purge my inventory and take old things out. And just because I don't generally have a lot of space, and so it just helps keep my sanity and gives me space. So every year I take things out. Well, these were from 2022. And I had taken out a bunch of sweaters and put them in a bin to do something with. I was going to try and sell them on Facebook Marketplace, like in wholesale or something. And I never got around to it. So they were just in a bin. And then this past fall, my daughters actually took a bunch of vintage sweaters to a market and didn't do very good at the market. It wasn't their...
2 of your daughters?
Yeah, sorry, my teenage daughters. And they didn't sell very much. But when they got back, I had given them this bin of sweaters to sell. So when they got back, I was like, what do I do with this bin of sweaters? I don't want to just keep it for forever. So I ended up relisting some of them, and these I relisted in a bundle together. Like I listed them as a lot. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So, and you'll be able to see why here in just a second. So, the average sale price for a vintage American-made sweater with a V-neck is $28.11 with a 7% sell-through rate. Very low sell-through rate, which is not uncommon for me. I sell a lot of low sell-through rate items, but they do often take a long time to sell because of that. So I don't mind selling it like that. But if I have 2 of something, then I can lot them together. Oh, can we put that back so it doesn't break?
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Thank you. If I have 2 of something that are similar, I can lot them together, and oftentimes they will sell more quickly. So that's what I did. I put these 2 together. I listed them for $30, and they've sold for, or they've been relisted like that for 6 months. I recently relisted everything, and they sold really fast after I relisted them. So they sold at that 20% off offer. Oh boy. I buckled my barcode. There we go. It's okay. Yeah, so they took 6 months to sell. I said that all those sweaters had a $3 average cost of goods, which is about accurate. My average cost of goods is about $2.50. So, yeah. After they paid shipping, they paid a total of $32.33. So minus fees, shipping, and my cost of goods, my profit is $18.10. So very glad that those are going to a new place, a new home, and it's better than donating them or whatever. Yeah, what is the timer for? Do we know?
Being outside?
Being outside.
2 hours?
Oh, well, you haven't been outside for 2 hours, so.
Yeah.
This is a sports bra. I love selling sports bras. They're so simple to sell and list. This is Athleta. I don't know if you know this. There's a brand called Tangerine. Is that right? The logo looks very similar. Sometimes in Athleta, it will give you the exact style name. That is not the case, unfortunately, on this one, unless I missed it, which is possible. No. Usually that means it's an older style if there's not an exact style name. This is new. It does not have tags, but I bought it at a liquidation store that's in my town. I don't go there very often, but when I do, I usually end up with really cheap Athleta stuff. I'm not really sure what it is about Athleta, but I probably need to put that in my rotation more and where I go, but I don't know. I just prefer to sell used items, I think. Anyway, Athleta sports bra, and this is a 3X, so I added plus size to my search, and the average sale price is $16.54 with a 10% sell-through rate. So this did take 6 months to sell, which is not surprising given that, you know, sell-through rate. But it did sell for $16. So I had it listed for $20 on Poshmark, sent out that 20% off offer. It was accepted, and I lost track of what I was doing. Yeah, bud.
Can you pause it real quick?
All right, so my profit, oh, I paid $1 for that. So my profit is $11.80. So my total profit for the day is $78.97. My goal for a day is $67. So again, if this was one day, I would have been so pleased, but it's 2 days and I'm gonna be half pleased. It's been a slow start to April, but it's also really early on. So who knows what can happen. Hopefully the sales will pick up a little bit. I am doing a lot for my business today. So I have some pictures that I need to take. I went to the bins like 2 weeks ago that I am still in the process of putting all of that stuff into my inventory system, which is insane. I should have that done by now. Is it chaotic? I'm not really sure. I have some little stuff like from the other day that Poshmark returned, that was lost, the return from eBay. Like I need to process all of that and get those done. And what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna tidy up here a little bit. My garbage little bag is overflowing. I have my inventory bags are kind of everywhere. So I'm gonna tidy, and that is always really good for my mental health. So my question of the day is, what are you doing today for your business? How are you moving things forward? I already did all my listings for the day. And
I have another question.
You have another question? Well, I already asked a question.
But I have a better question.
You have a better question. All right. Her questions usually are better. She's not wrong. What?
If you like Moana 2, send a comment in the comments.
Comment if you like Moana 2. Like, if you like Moana 2 better than Moana, or just if you like Moana 2 in general.
If you like Moana 2 better than Moana 1,
yeah,
then leave 2 hearts if you like it really, really much. But if you don't like it, and it's like, I like it, but not that much, leave 1 heart.
Oh. How many hearts should they leave if they don't like it at all?
A cow.
Okay. What is it with you and cows?
Move it.
Move it. All right.
Move it,
okay.
move it,
Well,
move it.
You can answer her question or mine or both. Either way. I think that's all for me. So make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I did want to say, I know I talked a lot about comps, but I didn't really say anything about how I find them or whatever. I do have a video if you're curious about that linked in my description, so you can check that out. If not, I'll try to remember to talk about it tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah, so I think that's it. Is that it? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.